Have you ever been in one of these situations before? Oh, I can only pay with a check. I want you to draw a picture of my daughter's pet. I am offering $500. You're invited to be on a podcast with Mike Rowe, and we're going to pay you $4,000 just for being there. Hey guys, I'm Aaron from Painted Dragon Studios. I've been doing social media and artwork for about 8 or 9 years now, and I have seen a lot of scams and dealt with a lot of scammers, and I have unfortunately seen a lot of people get scammed and fall for these tricks. In this video, I'm going to do a quick overview of some of the most popular and common scams that you'll probably see at some point in your social media art career. Now, the first one I'm going to talk about, you've probably seen it everywhere, is the NFT scam. Now, in my experience online, when this happens, someone usually approaches me through an email or through a message or through a comment on social media saying, "Hey, I'm interested in your artwork. I would love to purchase it." So the first time someone attempted this scam on me, actually approached me through social media through a comment and said, "Hey, I love your artwork. Is it available for sale? Please send me a DM if it is." And me, as the inexperienced artist, was like, "Oh, someone wants to buy my artwork? Yeah. Hey, what would you be interested in?" They said, "I would love to purchase your artwork as an NFT." And I didn't know anything about NFTs at the time, so I was like, "Okay, can you explain a little bit about that?" So here's how the scam works. The scammer will tell you that they want to purchase your artwork as an NFT, and to do that, you need to list your artwork on an NFT selling website. To be able to list your artwork on an NFT website, you need to pay a gas fee. This is pretty much just a listing fee to list your artwork as an NFT. And to be able to pay that gas fee, you need to have a crypto wallet set up with some money in it. After you've set up a wallet and put some money in it, usually a couple $100s, they will then tell you to go and list your artwork on this site and pay the gas fee. Now, what these sites usually are in fact clones of those actual legit NFT sites, and they will then take your crypto wallet, take the money that was in it, and they will disappear. Now, the scam may stop there, or it might lead to a customer service scam. You might get some sort of email saying that your bank account's been hacked because of the cryptocurrency wallet thing, and that you need to call this customer service number, and they'll help you get your money back. That'll actually just be another scam where they try to scam you out of more money, usually using the refund scam method. The refund scam is actually another popular scam that targets artists who are usually open and looking for commission work. The first time someone actually attempted this scam on me, they messaged me saying, "Hey, I would like to commission you to paint 5 paintings for me." And I was like, "Wow, that's great." And he said, "I would actually like to pay you $500 for each painting," which at that time was way more than I was asking for my commissions. That's also your first red flag. He told me what he wanted me to paint. I said, "Cool, I can do that. Just need the payment first." He said, "Okay, I'll send you a check for $2,500. Now that should be your second red flag. About a week later, I got a letter in the mail. It was a check for $25,000. I messaged the guy and said, "Hey, you sent me way too much money." He said, "Oh no, that must have been my secretary's fault. She must have sent you too much money." He said, "Keep what you need, keep that $2,500 for your commissions, but would you kindly refund me the remaining balance?" Now, how this scam works should be pretty self-explanatory, but let me break it down. They approach you with a paid gig. They offer you more money than you've ever asked before. They get you excited to get paid for something that you like, and they send you a check, and it's going to have an address on it of a real building that you can Google and say, "Oh, it looks like a real address." That check was never going to go through. If you had attempted to deposit it, it would have bounced. They then prey on your good nature and your desire to do good as a small artist and as a small business, and they ask you to pay them the remaining balance back. If you actually send them the money, they will run off with your money and block you, and you'll be left with nothing. So in my case, I just did some research, found a bunch of people with similar situations, figured out it was a scam. I tore up the check, I reported the dude, and I blocked him and moved on with my life. So some red flags to watch for with that one is if they approach you and offer you way too much money for your commissions, if they offer to pay with a check, and then some other ones that didn't happen in my situation but that I have seen in others is they will often say, "I want you to paint my son's pet." For some reason, they stick to that script and they are not moving from it. I've seen it over and over and over again. They want you to paint their son's pet. They'll send you a picture of a dog or a cat, and it'll have some sort of name attached to it, and that's often the script that they go with. I actually just recently had a conversation with a scammer who attempted this one on me. They sent me a picture of a dog. I actually just did a reverse image search on it, and I found that same picture of that same dog had been used with the same scam by multiple scammers. And this one can be used with the check scam, or in this case, what this scammer was was attempting to do for me was the third scam that I'm going to talk about, the PayPal scam. The PayPal scam works very similarly to the refund scam in that the scammer will often reach out to the artist via an email or a social media comment or a message. They'll work out a payment arrangement with the artist, usually offering more money than the artist is expecting, and they'll be very quick to agree to any amount that you throw at them. If you ask for them to pay with anything other than PayPal, they'll usually try and get you to go back to PayPal because it's just the easiest way to run the scam, because what they're trying to do here is get you to give them your email address. Now you might be thinking, what would giving my email address out do to get me scammed? What they want is for you to respond to the email quickly while you're still in the chat with them. They're going to say, okay, I sent you your payment, and you're going to say, I didn't get any payment, because through PayPal you won't get any payment. What you will get, however, is an email from PayPal. Now this email may look very legit. Now the scam can go a couple ways from this point. The first and most common one will be that you'll get an email that looks like it's from PayPal, but it won't actually be from PayPal. It'll be asking you to log in to claim your funds. Now, if you click the link and you try to log in, and then it'll say failed to log in. Now, what's actually happened is you just gave the scammer your credentials, and now they have access to your PayPal. Second thing that might happen will be another form of refund scam, where they will accidentally send you too much, and then they'll ask for you to pay it back. And again, prey on your good nature, say, oh yeah, I know you're a good person, I know you'll do the right thing, and then you'll want to do the right thing by this good person who accidentally sent you too much money. The payment won't actually go through, and you'll send them money instead. Now, the third most common scam email that you'll get from PayPal, or from the scammer who's pretending to be PayPal, is that your business account has a limit, and that the client, when they paid for your commission, had to pay extra to increase your business account spending limit. Now, this really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You're not going to have a business account limit that the client would have to pay more for. It doesn't happen. But they will pressure you, and they will start getting aggressive with you, and then they'll start preying on your good nature again and saying, I know you're a good person, and they'll try and get you stressed out and try to put you on edge in order for you to get the situation over with. The email that they send you might even say something like, oh, if you don't pay this, you might face legal action, or your account will be suspended, or something like that, just trying to stress you out and get you on edge and get you to fork over your money. So again, this scam, just like the other ones, relies on getting you excited about making some money or about making a sale, and then they end up turning it around and stealing from you. And this idea about getting you excited and getting you blind to the scam is what this last one is all about, and that one is the podcast scam. The podcast scam is very tricky. It almost got me the first time, and unfortunately, I have seen it actually trick many other content creators, especially, into falling for it. The first time someone tried this one on me, I got an email from an agent of a big celebrity who has a lot of followers and a lot of pull online, and they said, hello Aaron, we love the content you put online. We would love to have you on a podcast talk show with this big celebrity to talk about entrepreneurship and how you got to where you are today, about how motivation and hard work pays off. They wanted to set me up with a specific time to meet with them, and that it would be a prepaid opportunity just for being on the show. Naturally, I was very excited. I was like, wow, I get to be on a talk show with a big celebrity, and they're gonna plug my art, and I'm gonna get to talk about my artwork and talk about my social medias, and I'm gonna get a lot of new followers, and I'm gonna get paid a lot of money to do this. This sounds too good to be true. Spoiler alert. It's too good to be true. Here's how this one works. They'll tell you that it'll be a virtual interview with the celebrity through a podcast, and you're going to do it as a collaborative Facebook Live event. Okay, cool. You'll schedule a time and then get in on a Zoom meeting to do a tech check. There will be a podcast manager on the other end of the Zoom meeting, and they won't have their camera on, but they'll walk you through step by step and tell you what to expect for the interview. They'll explain that it'll just be a casual conversation, maybe an hour. They'll check your mic, they'll check your internet connection, and then they'll ask you to share your screen on your computer and walk you through how to set up the Facebook Live collaboration event. This includes going into some settings in your meta profile, checking some boxes, and then adding them as a page admin on your page. This should be a red flag enough, and hopefully this is where people would stop, but unfortunately, they're so excited for the interview, everything's going well, the Zoom meeting sounds legit, and so they add the scammer as a page admin on their page. The scammer then removes you as a page admin from the page. You have no access to your Facebook page anymore, and then they have access to all of your information you had on your Facebook, and then they delete all your followers and your page is gone. So the podcast scam does specifically target pages with larger audiences and with meta verified badges mostly. So not everyone has to worry about this scam, but moving forward, if you are posting a lot online and you are looking to get verified, please be aware of this one, as it is targeting lots of people who do have those followers and verified badges. Ever since I got my verified badge, I started getting about 10 emails a week after that first one from these podcast scammers trying to get my Facebook page. The last scam I want to briefly touch on is the page violation scam. And I just want to quickly cover this one because I see it everywhere. I've gotten it probably hundreds to thousands of times in the time that I've had my page. You'll get a message from an account saying that they're Facebook or Instagram and saying that you have a violation on your page and that your page is scheduled for deletion. There will be a link and they'll ask you to click on the link and fill out some info to appeal the violation or whatever. Now, if you were to fall for that one and click on the link, you would end up logging into your Facebook page, giving them your credentials, and you would lose your Facebook page that way. So again, that one's not super complicated. I just wanted to briefly cover it because I've seen it so many times. I see it everywhere. So just be aware of that one if you are posting your artwork online or you plan on sharing your artwork online. Just to quickly recap, if someone reaches out to you and offers you something that sounds way too good to be true, please do your research, figure out if that is a scam that's been known and that's been going around, see if you can find some similarities in your conversation versus ones that you find online, and just watch out for those big red flags that I told you about. A lot of the times these scams will sound very robotic in nature, the verbiage will sound really choppy and weird, and they'll say things like hello dear, or paint my son's pet, or would you kindly, things like that. It doesn't flow naturally in a normal conversation with any client I've ever had that's actually been real. If they offer you way too much money right off the bat, that is also a big red flag. If they ask to pay by check or immediately jump to do you have PayPal, if they start getting aggressive when you call them out and start preying on your good nature and saying I know you're a good person, or just getting very aggressive and trying to get your money out of you by calling you names or yelling at you, these are very common traits of scams. Their goal with a lot of these is to stress you out after getting you in the situation by offering you something that sounds great and then reversing it and getting you stressed and vulnerable and open to being scammed. They want you to be in a state of heightened emotion, whether that be overexcitement and vulnerable or stressed out and wanting to get the situation over with. So if you found value in this video, if you learned something, feel free to follow me if you feel like I deserve to follow. And then if you have another scam that you would like me to cover, feel free to drop that in the comments and let me know, and I'll be sure to make a video about it. Appreciate you guys.